Hello, hello, and welcome back to Souls Charity Marathon 2023. I am your host, Carter, and I am back with yet another run of relatively fast gameplay. I'm just kidding, this is going to be a banger. And I'm very excited to introduce the spectacular, the one, the only, karlgerm. What's up, Carl?
Hey, Carter, thank you so much. I'm karlgerm, and usually I'm speedrunning Dark Souls, but I kind of took a little bit of a break from that to play Kaizo Mario ROM hacks, and if you're not familiar with that term, I think in Japanese, Kaizo basically means like rearranged or modified. So basically, a Kaizo ROM hack is Super Mario World, except rearranged. So I'm playing one of those. Usually they're rearranged to be very difficult and sometimes kind of cruel, but this one is a little bit more beginner-friendly. I wouldn't say it's like perfectly beginner-friendly, and we'll get into that as we see it. But I think, I'll just kind of explain as I go through, and we can get ready to start whenever you guys are ready.
We're just about ready. I just have one piece of news for you, Carl.
Oh, what's that?
Can you guess what it is?
No, what is it? You released a new song on Spotify that I can listen to like crazy? Like you recently did?
That's true, but I'm not going to self-promo right now.
That's what I'm here for. I only play between your arms, Carter.
Perfect. I love that. But what I love even more is the fact that you have an incentive for this run.
I sure do.
And
yes.
That incentive is to actually upgrade the category from any percent to 100%. For anyone who doesn't know, that means that instead of just beating the game as fast as he can, Carl has to do 100% of everything in the game. And that incentive is not only met, not only do you have to do it, but you have to double do it. We completely destroyed that incentive.
We're
at almost twice.
I need to fit 2 speedruns in. Thank you all so much. That is unbelievable. I checked right before I went live, and it was, I think, not even no money in it. So thank you all so much. I'm excited to show off the last 3 exits because they get real wild. Oh, I guess we got to do this run twice apparently. So
yeah, we better get into it.
Let's get into it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start here, and I'll tell you when the timer starts. This is Quickie World by the creator Valdio. Welcome to Quickie World. Go fast, don't hesitate, and it'll be all right. I hope it'll be all right because these games are very difficult. So we can go ahead when I enter the first level. That'll be the countdown. I'll do a 3, 2, 1, and we can go. This is Goomba Jam. I'm not going to dive right into the level just yet. I'm going to just kind of explain some of the basic mechanics of Super Mario World. If you look at Mario, you can see he's jumping and getting pretty high. I'm just holding the jump button the entire time. If I let go of the jump button, do you see how Mario falls a lot faster? That's going to be a huge thing in this level in particular and in the hack overall. So we're going to just dive on into it. I have to do a lot of controlled jumps here to make sure I'm hitting these Goombas at the right interval and everything. So I missed the first one. I'm just demonstrating what happens when you don't do it correctly. So here we go. I'm going to use that as my excuse. So we need to get past this Goomba here, which is a little tight. We hit the midway, which is good. If you're in chat, you can, since that looks like an H, you can put an H in chat if you're feeling frisky. But let's go ahead here and gotta carry this Goomba. It's kind of like an escort mission. Gotta get over here. We gotta do full jumps here, which is a lot tighter than it might look, even if it looks a little tight. And then, ooh, okay. So I did not drop the Goomba in time. But here we go. We'll try it again. All of these jumps, again, I gotta be pretty precise with how I'm controlling them so that I don't bang the Goomba into one of the other sprites and have it die. So now we need to wait for him to wake up. We need to do this, and okay, I tried to get the goal tape there because there'll be some numbers there, and I'm going to donate an amount that is in accordance to the numbers. I'm not a rich man, so for that, since I didn't get it, let's just say that's going to be $2. But that's the first level, and now we're going to move on to Run Forest. And this level, the gimmick of it is called Cannon Speed, where Mario's fired out of a cannon, and I need to maintain this speed for the entire level if I can. So that way, all of the cycles line up. I got to do a spin jump there to kill the sprites, and then I need to do a normal jump, but I missed it. But basically, I want to have full momentum the entire time. I want to use these bullet bills to make my way through jumps that are really, really long. And we're just going to kind of go here. You see the blue coin here? That means that I need to do a spin jump. That's a nice way to kind of indicate that you're not just jumping blindly and you don't know what's coming next. You kind of can see that and go, okay, I know what I need to do. But as we're doing this, if we have any donations, feel free to read them, Carter, because I'm sure I'll probably die here quite a bit.
Do we ever have some donations? I have some out-of-this-world donations, Carl. There is so much love coming in for this run.
That's very, very good to hear.
Firstly, I've got $130
oh my
from
gosh.
Squealing Mage,
Oh!
He donates and he makes a claim in his donation, which is that Carl is tough as nails. How do you feel about that, Carl?
I feel like that is probably true. I did make a joke to my friends IRL that I wanted them all to call me Nails, so that anytime people compared how tough they were always comparing themselves to me. So I would say, yeah, you can be the judge of that if I'm tough as nails.
Well,
okay, real quick, I want to mention this. Get in the pipe, please. The end of that level is really, really kind of stressful. Okay, we got a 26 there, so that's going to be $2.60 that I am going to be donating to Save the Children because it's such an important charity. I'm going to be trying to go for the gold tape. It can be anywhere from like 10 to like 40, and I'm going to put a decimal point in between the numbers because I'm not a rich man. And real quick, I want to explain what's going on in this level as well. I'm sliding here, and then I'm going completely neutral on the D-pad, and that will keep Mario's momentum going. Again, blue coins mean spin jump, so I spin jump here. I do a regular jump when it's the regular coins, and then I don't really have to worry about hitting left or right at all for the beginning of this level. I can kind of just let Mario do his own thing, and I only need to worry about the momentum of the jump, which I'm not doing great, but there we go. All right, on this dolphin, I can stop Mario. I jumped off it because I'm foolish, but just that's kind of the gimmick behind this level in particular. And if we have any other donations, please go ahead and read it. And thank you so much, Squealing Mage. That is unbelievable. Thank you so much for that donation.
Yes, thank you very much. And also thank you for donating based on your times, Carl. That $2 that you just racked up is enough to feed a malnourished child for a day. And that's very wonderful.
That is wonderful. I'm very happy to do so.
I also have a bonus $20 from Squealing Mage, who says, YRP in position, let's speed run.
Yo, let's go. Shoutouts to all the Final Fantasy X-2 heads in there. Thank you so much, Squealing Mage. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're surfing on this Torpedo Ted, which is pretty difficult because if you look, Mario's kind of going backwards a little bit as well because the momentum that I have when I first jump on him is going to be too much forward, so I need to kind of dial it back a little bit. All right, we got a $2.80 with that 28 there, so my tab is getting bigger, but I am, helping more children, so I am here for it. There's a lot that happens in these games, so I feel like I'm trying to channel Argic with how quickly I'm talking. I don't do it as well as Argic does. Few people do, but how about that Sonic run that he was doing earlier? That was some great stuff. But this level is
rules.
Oh, Argic's great. This level is called Terminal Velocity. The gimmick of it, if you could believe it, is Mario is just falling, and this is one of the hardest jumps in the hack, I would say, among one of the. And then the trick right after here is also really mean. We got it first try. I was very nervous practicing that. I was convinced I would be stuck here for like maybe 15 minutes just watching my estimate get closer and closer, but this level is all of those blocks will kill you, which I was demonstrating there. Also, it's a good time to mention that at the end of the level, on certain levels, there's an orb. That's not a gold tape, but, it's kind of like a super gold tape, so I'm going to donate $5 for every orb that we get. But yeah, while we're redoing this, Carter, if any other donations, please.
Oh, they just keep coming. I have a really special one. This is from Zeo Oxview.
Ooh, Zeo.
Zeo donates $150.
What is happening? Oh my gosh.
And Zeo provided with the following message.
I'm getting all flustered. I'm dying.
To be Mario, to speedrun this entire world. That's the real curse right there. That was my Shakespearean reading of that donation. I hope you all enjoyed it.
It was perfect.
Thank you.
Carter. Thank you so much, Zeo. That is so generous. That's going to help so many children. Ooh, that's actually a new death. That's my, I'm getting it out of the way early. That's my marathon that never happened to me before. It's all these, I'm you know, just trying to buy some more time for some more wonderful donations. What I'm doing,
I have more.
Oh, yeah?
The love for Carl and for Quickie World just does not stop.
Let's
I have
go. There's a
I have
$5
$50 from somebody I think you might know, Carl. This is from Frostwad.
Of course.
Perhaps you're familiar.
My fiance, of course.
Frostwad says, "Hi, Carl. I love you, Carl."
I love you too, Frostwad. Thank you so much for the donation. That is way too kind of you. Or just the right amount of kind, actually, because this is all for charity. Okay, so the gimmick of this level is basically just like, you see those spikes on the ceiling there? I don't want to hit those because that's going to kill Mario, and I don't want that to happen. So, again, just kind of more of those controlled jumps I was talking about earlier, just making sure Mario's momentum is like just dialed in enough to be able to be able to make it through. And you got to kind of thread the needle a little bit. It takes a lot of practice to get decent at it, but it's like when I hop off this first Eerie here, I got to make sure that I don't do that. I need to let go of the jump button, which kind of seems like when you first start playing these hacks, like a little counterintuitive, and then when you play enough of them, you kind of get into the habit of being like, oh, okay, it kind of just feels like muscle memory more than anything else. So big jump here, we got to immediately go because that platform is walking by. We barely made it through that jump. Woo! Okay. You'll also notice under Mario, there's the arrow pointing left. That is just to show us like, hey, go backwards a little bit so this Eerie can come back, because you're going to need him. I also like to kind of do that there, make Mario twerk a little bit when he's holding the throw block and doesn't have anything going on. And then this is another part that I'm really not great at, and we got it first try, which is big news. Not over yet because I'm taking my sweet time here, and oh, I almost hit that muncher, but I was trying to go for the maximum there. But we got a 29, which is another $2.90 from me.
Let's go.
Whew, okay, this run's going pretty well so far. I'm trying to save as much time in the early game as I can because late game is real tough. And since it's a speed run, I want to be running, right? So I always want to be holding the run button when I start, except in this level, because I'll show you what happens if I'm holding the run button at the start of this level. We need to activate that P-switch, and I didn't because Mario, since I was holding run, he just picks up the P-switch. That's not what we want to do. But there's another kind of caveat to that where Mario will still pick up a P-switch after it is activated, even though it's not. It takes a couple of frames to disappear, and if Mario's holding an item, then he cannot do a spin jump, which is the first jump I need to do. So that's real tough. Let's see if we can get the orb here, though. Gotta go off this thwomp. Those coins there. All right, that's another $5 donation from me. If anyone in chat wants to join in with whatever you can give, that would be wonderful as well. Those coins that are there, if the P-switch ran out, I would not be able to get through them because they would turn into blocks. So that is like a pure speedrun level. All right, so now we are into the second world. That castle off there in the distance, that is the end of any percent. We only have a couple levels here, but they get much, much more difficult. So we're going to go into Color Code Cove, and the color code I already kind of talked about, which is the coin indicators, which will tell me which kind of jump I need to do, regular or spin jump. So blue one here, I got to do a spin jump to hit that piranha plant, but this is a great time for more donations if there are any.
Oh man, do I have more donations. I have, let's see, where to begin? Ugh. I got $20 from Ninnies. Ninny says, oh, this is a very sweet one. Ninny says, Carl sets the gold standard of skillful gameplay and friendship. I couldn't agree more.
Thank you so much, Ninnies. Those 3 separate shell jumps in a row, which are very difficult when you first start playing these hacks, I first tried them for you, buddy. So that was, those keeping track at home, that was 20, which is another $2 for me. I'm really bad at math, so I'm going to have to pull up a calculator later, unless there's some math scientists in chat who can tally all up for me and tell me in chat.
Yeah, you're about, you know, like $2,000 or $3,000, I think.
Yeah, I think it's getting close to the $4,000 mark for sure. If I was going by deaths, that would probably be what my my total would be by the end of the run. But okay, this is Chuck City. The main thing that you need to know about charging Chucks here is that depending on where you jump on them, they will your jump will go in a certain direction. So if I'm a little too close to the right side of the chuck, I'll go right. If I'm too close to the left, I'll go to the left. We want to mostly hit him to go on the right side this time around for this level, because if we're bouncing back to the left, it's gonna be it's gonna just be a bad time. And now we have what is known as a chuck gate. If you look closely, you can kind of see that he is mimicking my jump, and we need to get past him. So we just need to kind of bait out him to jump and then do that, and we'll see how... All right, 19. That's $1.90. My tab is getting quite large, but that's great. But yeah, more donations. I want to let a lot of donations come in. So I'll take a backseat from explaining what's going on. This next one is just there's a thing called Layer 2, which is going to be the yellow platforms that you see, and it's going to be moving in the background and trying to crush and kill me. So I'm going to be trying to avoid that. This is another just kind of pure speedrun level that if you're not going fast enough, you're going to die. You find that out instantly because there's a bullet bill that comes out like right at you right here that you have to like run past, and I honestly, when I was practicing it, I forgot that was even an obstacle because I'm just so used to just doing this. But more donations, please.
Sure, I got another one, another very special one.
Ooh.
I've got $100 from Twirlin' Curtis.
Whoa.
Who says Carl is the most powerful man to ever live. Also, he can eat 100 Wawa burgers in one sitting. He invented Super Mario and also taught dogs how to bark. Good luck, Carl. Get those quickie exits.
All of these things are very widely believed facts. Thank you so much, Curtis. That is so kind. We got another 29. Nice. I'm trying to go for the ones that are 40, which would be $4, but hey, I'll take the 2.9. Thank you so much. More donations, please. These are all so great. You guys are all way too generous. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, the love for Quickie World is really surpassing all possible expectations. And with those last couple of donations, we actually broke way past the $3,500 mark, chat. We have raised $3,600 for Save the Children. And that money goes a very long way, as I explained before the run, and we'll keep mentioning throughout the event. It really is a great cause that we're supporting. And I'm very thrilled, very humbled that we've been able to raise so much already just on day one. So keep those donations coming, keep the love of flowing, and Carl is going to keep destroying this Kaizo Mario ROM hack.
But we do have probably... I lied a little earlier when I said the most difficult shell jump was in terminal velocity, because the most difficult shell jump is actually this one. I am going to need chat's help. I'm going to need some Franker Z's in the chat to psych me up for this really unfair shell jump. And if I get it first try, I want to see some sort of donation train. If anyone can donate anything, I want them to put it in. If I get this exit first try, okay? Here we go. I'm gonna kind of count here. Thank you so much for the Franker Z's. I think we can do it if I get this first try. Sorry, I really had to do that. You are contractually obligated to start a donation train for that. That is what I would call an anti-troll, where when you first get to that in the level, you're like, how am I supposed to do this? I just fought my way all through this, and I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. What am I going to do? And then if you just jump a certain distance, you get the exit. So shoutouts to Valdio, the ROM hack creator of this. That made me laugh very hard. The first time I saw it. Another kind of just speedrun level here. I have to go fast because we need this shell. So we need to activate the on-off switch like this to make sure that it comes through here. And now we need to do another shell jump here and hit the on-off switch that's right above us. And now right after, when I jump onto this platform here, there's going to be a Koopa who is kicking a shell that is going to just throw me into the pit or into these munchers. And because he kind of goes back a little bit each way, I need to make sure that I time it in accordance with him so I don't just lose the entire momentum. But here we go. That is also a really difficult jump that took me a very long time to get. So let's try and do this from the midway. Throw that up. This. Oh, I threw it left. That was not my fault. I'm going to go ahead and blame the controller on that one. I'm playing this, by the way, on essentially a Super Nintendo, like an HDMI Super Nintendo, and I am using an old Super Famicom controller from, I assume, the 1980s, maybe the 1990s, and it is one that I got on the internet, so I don't know how much use it had afterwards, but it served me well enough to get decently far in the run so far, so...
I was wondering what you were playing this on, and I figured knowing you it was going to be some authentic retro nonsense.
Oh, yeah. So this is... I'm playing on, more specifically, a Super NT by the company Analog, which just makes it much easier to stream Super Nintendo games. So that's what this is going through. But yeah, if we have any other donations, this would be a good time, I think.
You are flooding me with donations, Carl. You are crushing it. And you, chat, are especially crushing it. I'm going to get a couple in really quick.
Honestly, it's all chat. It's not so much me.
I've got $3.30 from Keystroll, who says, Carl, don't forget to press the jump button. No blaming the game this time, like Twirlin' Curtis famously did, and we will never forget. Wow. Lots going on in that dono.
So here's another quick troll where if you you're trying to escort this mushroom because you need it to get through these munchers, and the first time you're just kind of jumping and trying to hit the switch to keep the mushroom moving, and the last one that you would hit that you want to do will turn the thing on and then make it go backwards, and then you have to salvage it, and you're panicking and you're all out of rhythm and you just have to start over. So that's what happened there. But go ahead, more donations.
Sure. I also have $25 from Dave and Sarah, or Sarah. They say, "It's a you, Carlio. Mamma mia, where to go, buddy?" Gotta go fast. That last one was like not a Mario phrase, so I kind of threw off my little impression there.
No, it sounded great. I thought I was talking to Super Mario himself when I heard that.
He popped in for a second to read that dono, and then he took off to go do something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, he took off to fail this end section, I think. Thank you so much, Dave and Sarah. Thank you so much, Keystroll. Y'all are the best. I like how Keystroll put in a donation about me not being allowed to blame the controller immediately after I was blaming the controller. But yeah, more donation. Oh my god, I did it again! Who is this guy? What is this guy's problem? Like, is this his first playthrough? Okay, there we go.
I'm mesmerized by this mushroom movement here.
Okay, since I didn't get the gold tape there, I'm gonna bump that one up to a $5 donation for that one.
Woo! Got time for a dono?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I have $5 from the Anti-Troll, who says, "Good job, Carl. Very pog."
Thank you. Okay, so this is like the scariest level in the hack. This is Sarfing Castle, which is the main indicator of why this isn't actually a beginner ROM hack. And this is also somehow the last level of any percent, which I did not think I would get here that quickly. But there's still a lot of levels. There's still, this is, I think, 4 more levels with this one included, and they do not, they become very difficult very quickly, so hopefully we can get through it by the time the estimate. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to focus here. So just something like this, like just surfing on a saw, is extremely difficult. It's a lot of that momentum that you have to go like back and forth, like I was on the Torpedo Ted in that one level. We also have to grab this shell and use it later on in the level. We have to carry it the whole time, so this is a huge difficulty spike for the very last level of any percent. Let's see what we can do here. We gotta bounce off these guys here. We gotta throw the shell. So that was kind of actually RNG, I think. We'll try and do this. You can skip the saw if you get really lucky and you make the jump very precisely, but I've never actually been able to pull that off, but excuse me. I'm literally choking, just like Mario is. But yeah, just really precise platforming. Timing as well, it's kind of another one of those like speedrun levels where, like you saw there, I went slightly too slow and I missed the saw. So a lot of times in speedruns, there might be some strats where speedrunners are saying like, oh, this is kind of like waiting for a bus. We're trying to maximize the amount of things that we can do since we can't proceed forward while we're waiting for the bus. That's kind of like this, except you're constantly chasing after the bus and being like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late. Oh no, I'm gonna miss my bus stop. Okay. If you're spin jumping and trying to throw an item, another thing about, again, we missed the bus. That's fine. But yeah, if you're spin jumping, you can see Mario is famously spinning when he does a spin jump. So it kind of becomes... I think if you're like neutral on the D-pad, it'll be a 50-50 in which direction the item is going to go. So sometimes if you're unlucky, you throw the shell backwards, and there's not really a whole lot of margin for error that late in the level. So let's... Yep, happened there again. So I always try and like throw it when I'm moving to the right, but it's a lot of things happening all at once, so it's a little easier said than done. But since I'm dying a whole bunch here, let's go ahead and get more donations.
All right, I have $5 from Ninnies, who says, obligatory Carl troll donation. Good job on the trolling, Carl. It's really generating a lot of important revenue for Save the Children.
Nice. Thank you so much, Ninnies. I'm very excited for Ninnies' Hollow Knight randomizer run coming up as well.
Oh, I didn't realize Ninnies was the one running that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
That's going to be a great run.
Who do you got in the incentive? Have you picked a preferred bonus boss?
I have not yet, but I will. That's the incentive that I will put my my tab toward. So whichever one will cause Ninnies the most suffering.
Well, someone in chat earlier was saying perfect vessel best boss, but personally, I'm pulling for Nightmare King Grim.
I also there's another orb, by the way. We beat the level as we were talking about how sick Ninnies and Hollow Knight is, but yeah, I might have to go with Nightmare King Grim just because I love that boss so much. But I also remember in Twitch chat I saw that someone was talking about Pure Vessel during the other Hollow Knight run. So that, maybe I'll split the donation. Who knows? Okay, so this is now the last 3 levels of the hack. This is the 100%, and again, this is kind of just like for this, just more of those controlled jumps to make sure that you're hitting on all these Koopas throughout. And while I'm doing this, I'll just let you take it away and read some more of those wonderful donations.
Okay, yeah, the hits keep coming. Thanks everyone in chat so much for all the support we've got for this run and for this event altogether. I can barely keep up. I also have $10 from Ono, who says karlgerm, more like Carl can do the worm.
That is true.
How do you feel about that, Carl?
I feel
is that
like
true?
Yeah, I feel like if anyone in chat,
true.
if anyone in chat subscribe to me and they want to throw a Carl please in, go right ahead.
I've seen video evidence of you doing the worm now that you mention it.
There is video evidence of me doing that in an Andrew WK music video. Okay, so this this is the end of the level, and now if you're playing through this and you get really, really excited to finally be out of this level that may have taken you a very long time to get through, you wanna kind of dial it back a little bit because there's a Kaizo block there, and I think that is a reference to just the namesake of this level. This is called Barb's Ship Hole, and Barb is known in his hacks to make Kaizo blocks that really hurt when you hit them. So I think that's pretty much the only Kaizo block in this hack, at least the only one that I've found. So I think that's kind of Valdio's way of getting back at Barb for all the times that Barb has killed players of these hacks. Okay, so we're on level 2 of the 3 in 100%. Again, thank you all so much for hitting that incentive. I'm really glad I get to show these off. Rainbow Road is a really cool level and also very difficult. I need to grab this shell and immediately spit it out so Yoshi hits fireballs to kill those Goombas so that we can jump through. There's also, let me try and do a backup strat that this was the original strat that I thought you had to do. I don't even know if I'll be able to do it like naturally, but I used to have Yoshi just kind of eat this Goomba, jump to the left there and jump off of him, and I was like, there's no way that that's what you're supposed to do, but you might have just seen Mario jump from nothing, and you might have seen Yoshi disappear as another Yoshi appears. The reason for that is Super Mario World can't handle having 2 Yoshis on the screen at the same time. It can't render them both. And that's a situation that you will never experience in the base game of Super Mario World. Because anytime you have Yoshi, if you get another Yoshi egg to hatch another Yoshi, it'll become a 1-up. But here, we just we can, obviously in ROM hacks, we can kind of change it around a little bit and put 2 Yoshis on the screen. You're allowed to have 2 Yoshis in Kaizo ROM hacks, so Super Nintendo doesn't really know what to do with the first Yoshi. It just makes him disappear, but he's still there, so we can use that to jump on him when he's at the coin indicator, and then jump off of him again, and now we need to just follow Yoshi and hopefully land on him and make the next jump. Oh, it would have been too easy if we did that. This is the only part of the run that I have, like, no real consistent setup for, and I don't have the actual speedrun strat down, where you can actually have Yoshi eat the disco shell, which will give him wings, and then you can just fly to the end of the level. But I'm not enough of a gamer to be able to pull that off, so while I'm just struggling and banging my head against this very concerning part, please, more donations.
I'm not concerned. Are you concerned? I think we got this.
I'm always concerned.
All I see is gaming, personally. I do have a dono. I've got $15 from Tantron, who says, Franker Z does not appreciate being jebaited, Carl.
Thank you so much, Tantron. And thank you so much, Franker Z, as well. I love that guy.
Big fan of Franker Z over here, too.
Now, we were too early for the bus that time, I think. Because this Yoshi is a bus. But yeah, more donations. It might take me a while to get this all lined up.
All right. I have $25, if you can believe it, from Nick and Christy.
Oh.
Nick and Christy say, Carl is quite literally a god amongst men. There have been some frankly wild claims about you in this event, Carl.
Yeah.
I believe everyone. Like, I think it's all true.
I was
seeing it all laid out, you know, it's humbling.
I was just pogging IRL because I got very close to being able to eat the disco shell, which is something I never have been able to do. Whew, thank you so much, Nick and Christy. That is way, 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 way kind of you. I almost said too kind again, but since it is for charity, there's no such thing as being too kind for charity. But seriously, all this money is so helpful at a time when it's much needed. Okay, so that is a jump where we had to hit this on-off switch by ditching Yoshi, which is very precise. And now this one, we have to throw... This is not like an actual troll. We have to throw this throw block while jumping to land on the on the platform that appears when we hit it. So that is very tough. Luckily, I do have a setup that can kind of work pretty well with that. And for this... Oop! That did not work. Yoshi, get back here! Yoshi, you're embarrassing me in front of all my friends! Right, we gotta do this auto shell jump here. There's a disco shell that we can kind of just hop off of if we don't go way too early. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I need to talk about in this level. So let's, as I'm rounding it off, if there's any more donations, let's try and get them all read.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I have $10 from Jason and Jackie. Jason and Jackie say, a donation on behalf of the sovereign nation of rock.
Wow,
Make Mario go fast.
That is a deep cut IRL meme. Thank you so much. Shout out to Casual Nerd Jason in the chat.
Some Carl deep lore.
Yeah, some more Carl deep lore.
We're covering a lot of that kind of thing in this event. I like it. We're getting like a solid like psychoanalysis of Carl. We're raising money for charity, and we're destroying Quickie World.
Yes, and we got the maximum amount there, so that's another 4. I think I missed a couple of them. I might have to go back in the VOD, or for everyone I miss, I'm just going to throw a 5 down, because all of this support has meant the world for me. But we are at the last level of Quickie World. 100%. We have made it to White Moth Lair. I had to stumble there, because I forgot that it was called Lair, but... This level is just some straight-up platforming, but a really cool palette change. If you're familiar with the game, I think it's pronounced this might sound and look familiar to you. But yeah, this is a very kind of like a VVV-inspired level. So let's just go ahead. But yeah, more donations while we can.
Yes, we can. Sorry, need to refresh my tracker. I guess while we have a second, just to note that those last 2 donations together equal $30.
Ooh.
And $30 going to save the children is enough to buy malaria pills for 50 children, protecting 50 children from malaria, which is a very deadly and nasty disease in a lot of parts of the world. So just from basically the last level of Quickie World, we've generated enough money to protect 50 children from malaria. And I don't know, for somebody like me, I just think that's incredible.
That is absolutely incredible. Thank you all so much. I just want to point out how difficult of a jump this is. I want to show everyone. This killed a lot of my early attempts at speedrunning this game, where I was like, I don't know if I can do it if this jump's involved. And then I realized that you can just hold run and walk over, and there's no jump that you have to do there. It just looks like a big, really difficult jump. So, kind of why I was stalling there. I wanted to talk about that, but what Carter was saying is way more important than that, so thank you all so much. But yeah, we're just coming up on the last couple of obstacles and then a boss fight, and yeah, I feel like I've talked too much, so let's get some more donations if there are any.
No. The self-commentary has been incredible. I definitely... You're bringing a kind of Argic vibe to this Mario speedrun that
the best compliment,
a lot of people appreciate.
Best compliment I've ever heard.
I think I should probably give a note on what's coming up next. This is the end of my hosting block, but coming up right after this, we have even more very, very exciting runs. I know we have a Hollow Knight run coming up, but I think before that, actually, we have another run of Dark Souls Remastered. Minoan is gonna do something called tail cut percent. Carl, you're a Dark Souls runner. Do you know what tail cut percent is?
I do not, but I could probably guess that it's cutting every tail that will drop an item, which is one of my favorite Dark Souls mechanics that I wish they would kind of bring back for future games. So shoutouts to Minoan. That is going to be an extremely hype run. I'm very excited to watch that next. And,
so what's that? Seath, gargoyles,
Calamite.
Calamite. Ooh,
yeah,
that's a tough tail.
It's been a minute. Okay, so I can't, in the monitor that I'm watching this off of, I can't really see the boss here. I know where this boo goes, so I usually should be okay. But I want to be extra careful because these boos. I was so intrigued by the tail cut percent that I wasn't paying attention to the little boos, but. That's it. I'm gonna throw another 5 down on that because we took down the boss. But that is Quickie World. Thank you all so much for all of the support. This was so much fun. I was very nervous because a lot of times in these hacks, you can kind of just get into a flow of messing up the same thing over and over again and spiral out. If anyone has seen me actually speedrun this while going for PBs, it happens quite a bit. So yeah, I was very nervous, but you guys all made it so much fun and made it so just... You're the ones who gave me strength to beat it under estimate, assuming my timer is correct and not running very low.
The power is yours, dude. That was amazing. Thank you so much for that run.
Yeah, thank you all so much. And big shout out to Carter. Very, very happy to have Carter on the mic as well. With the hosting, that worked out really well. And even bigger shout out to all of the staff for the Souls Charity Marathon. Everyone has been working so hard the past month or two, or every year it gets better and better, and it's so inspiring to see all the work that this community puts in for such an important cause. So thank you so much to everyone on the tech team, everyone working behind the scenes, because you guys are the best. But that's it. That's all for me. Thank you all so much to everyone who donated as well. And if you're interested in getting into Super Mario World ROM hacks, check out SuperMarioWorldCentral.net, which was just in the credits as well. And yeah, that's it for me. Thanks so much, everyone.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Carl. I think we will go to a very quick intermission, and then we will turn it over to some words from our sponsor, and then even more speedruns. Don't go anywhere, chat. All right, how about that run of Quickie World? I'm just blown away by the gameplay, the mastery of the movement, the commentary. Carl's really something else, and I think that all of the generous donations that came in during that run really speak to just, the power of this community and just the skill of Carl as a gamer and just all of the stuff that we've got going on here. It's really amazing. This is about it for me. We've got a word from Save the Children coming up, and then I'm going to turn it over to another host. Thanks a lot, everyone, for coming out to Souls Speedruns, Souls Charity Marathon 2023. Our next run's going to be Dark Souls Remastered. It's been a great afternoon for me. And I'm very thankful to have been able to hang out with everybody and raise money for such a great cause while watching such amazing gameplay by all of these beautiful people. Stick around. We've got more coming.
Я очень рада, что мои дети даже в такой ситуации могут улыбаться. Я просто этому рада.
لكوسا نوتيكون لان نبتكون جون أيكون جوي لنا نقلب لان جوجون. حسيت بالراحة والأمان ولما رفعت إيدين لفوق وكنت عصرت ليمونات وزيتون حسيت حالي بالراحة.
All right, Souls Charity Marathon. I have been Carter, aka. Thank you all so much for hanging out, for the donations, for supporting such a great cause. And now it is time for me to join you in chat and turn over the hosting throne to the one and only Sam Without a Plan. Everybody say what's up to Sam. Have a great night. Stick around for the rest of the marathon. Much love to everyone. Farewell.
Thank you so much, Carter. Hello, and welcome back to the Souls Speedrunning Charity Marathon 2023. We're here raising money for Save the Children all weekend long. It's good to see everyone. My name is Sam Without a Plan. I'm going to be your host for the next few runs. We are getting set up for the next run with Minoan, Dark Souls Remastered, Tail Cut %. I, for one, am really looking forward to watching this run, so we're going to get that set up for you. Don't forget, get those donations in. We're reading them here, reading them live all weekend long. Get excited.